we're here today. We're very delighted today to kind of discuss about the kind of growth prospects that we've seen across both the states of Andhra and Telangana from this region. And as she said, I've been with the company for long now across multiple verticals. I'm basically born and brought up in Andhra, and kind of been with Pollicy for the last 13 years. So been into multiple verticals of led motor, travel, term business, and I have led multiple business, so we can discuss freely about any of the verticals that you would want to in detail across categories. Basically, we've been based off Gurgaon for long, but post-COVID is when we started our centers across the country, regional centers. And Hyderabad, we established a center in about roughly 2022, sometime in 2022, and it's about roughly 2 years now. Rundel Aindi center established is Hyderabad lo. And when we started with about 50 people being employed here in the center, Hyderabad center, to service our customers across insurance, across Andhra and Telangana region. And today we are roughly about 450 people in the center, in Hyderabad center. We have an office in Mindspace in Hyderabad. And very soon, in the next 6 months, this number is probably going to go to about roughly 800 is what our expectation is. So we're going to hire about roughly 350 to 400 people in the next 6 months in the same office. We're expanding that office as well. The team primarily, which is based out of Hyderabad, is assisting consumers in buying term insurance, savings products, and health insurance primarily, and then motor insurance as well. And apart, it's not only that the center which is there in Hyderabad, then we have also people who are there on the ground actually in other cities across both Andhra and Telangana region. We have about roughly 18 locations between Andhra and Telangana apart from Hyderabad. We have people, we're about 5-6 people in each and every city kind of. This is a movement from kind of a model where earlier we were kind of only speaking over telephone or through video calls or only chats, versus what we realized is people, especially in Tier 2, Tier 3 they wanted to kind of meet in person and also kind of then discuss, and they're very comfortable to invest in that. And especially not only those who are here, but also especially the NRI segment. Because as we all know, in Telangana and Andhra lo, we have a lot of NRI population that's there and who keep coming annually as well. And even when they come, they're very comfortable kind of meeting in person and then kind of discussing. While some people do the initial discussions online, when they come here, we prefer to see the person, meet them and know what they're buying and all of that stuff. So we're seeing quite a bit of demand from across both the states, and with these people across 18 cities or 18 towns, I would say, between Andhra and Telangana, and about roughly 50 people today sitting out of Hyderabad. The region has obviously become one of the largest for us in terms of growth. Telangana has grown about roughly 76% YOY on premium terms in these key segments. And AP, Andhra Pradesh, has grown about roughly 71% YOY. It's among the top, I would say, 3-4 states in terms of growth percentage. The major states when I compare kind of in terms of what is giving us in YOY growth. And the trend that we're seeing is primarily, where is this growth coming from, is primarily, I think, more and more people getting into white collar jobs, and which is leading to more of financial education, chala varku, and also a bit of, I think, the way the structures are changing across stock market and everything, that is also giving them a bit of idea about, savings and different plans. So what we're seeing primarily is we're seeing term insurance grow at a very heavy pace, and then health insurance, which is the other protection segment, grow at a very heavy space. And the other thing that we're seeing that people are interested in are the ULIP plans in savings side, especially. The reason, I think, one of the reasons is because I think, especially with the long-term capital gains, which has just increased on savings also, or your investments generally to 12.5%. But in ULIPs up to 2.5 lakh rupees, then there's an exemption also. So it becomes a bit of, attractive proposition for those, especially who would, there's a lot of people in the middle class segment who would only have those savings of 2.5 lakhs or, so on and so forth, right? It's not like someone who's saving on the middle class about 10-20 lakhs a year kind of. So that is becoming a very attractive proposition. So across these three segments, we're seeing a massive growth. And as I said, people are preferring to kind of meet and kind of discuss. So we have a lot of people. Out of this, I think 450 people that we have today, probably only about 15-20 people would be there who would have come from Gurgaon or Bombay center and would have been here to train the other people. So the rest of out of 50 people, there will be about 430 people will be primarily those who are Teluguites who have been in Andhra and Telangana region kind of. And as we move forward, the expansion also in the same way. And the people who are about 50-60 people who are there across these 18 cities that we're speaking about, Andhra Telangana cities lo unnaro, they are properly people who are from there kind of. And we look at, as this grows, we're looking at more and more expansion in those cities as well, and to kind of grow further into, from this 18 we expect in the next 1 to 2 years, they should grow to about roughly 40 cities, physical presence in people kind of. So this goes in overall ethos of it's not only about Andhra and Telangana, but then this goes in line with our overall planning of having feet on street in different locations, because people are interested in kind of discussing in person and buying more and more kind of from us. And as Policy Bazaar, why Policy Bazaar compared to any other places? Because we just had our results yesterday, so some of that information is anyways public. So we're about roughly 4,800 crores of premium in a quarter. So which means roughly you're hitting about roughly 20,000 crores of premium in a year, which makes us the largest broker or largest intermediary in the country for insurance. So we have the elaborate or you can say the most efficient platform in order to kind of find the right information in a single place where you can compare multiple options and also be able to have a wonderful service. It's not that today it's not only about sales is something which everyone does, right? So insurance కొనుక్కోవడం ఒకటి, but at the same time at the time of claim is someone there to support you or not. So today our service team is as large as the sales team, because we've grown to that scale where we help the customers end to end, not only when they buy and the immediate requirements of any endorsements or corrections or all, but even at the time of claim. So today, for example, we have different kind of initiatives that we take. మా దగ్గర insurance తీసుకుని in case if someone passes away, then there's a program where we kind of through an NGO we kind of have a tree kind of planted in their name in one of the forests, and then we kind of meet them and while we help them throughout the ensuring the claim is paid out and all. We have initiatives like these also which we do kind of. So we are there with the customers till the end, and that's the other thing in health insurance we would have seen. Obviously with TV ads lo kuda chusuntaru, which is there is actually a service which is there today being delivered to consumers. For example, if someone is admitted to hospital and let's assume someone is traveling, for example ikkada Hyderabad lo unnaru, someone is in Vijayawada who would have bought a policy from us. They would have been traveling to Varanasi, or they would have been traveling to say Jammu for their vacation, or with some office work, and suddenly something happens there and they get hospitalized and there's no one to take care of them. There's a 99% chance that one of our employee would be there, because we have offline presence in about 117 locations across the country. Service people, I'm not saying about sales people. So there's a 99% chance that one of our employee will be able to go to the hospital, stay with that patient for about say 5-6 hours till the time someone reaches there, and then take care of initial needs. What you're seeing in the ad is actually what is being delivered on the ground. ఏదైతే చూస్తున్నారు, it's not like something is being promised and something is being done kind of thing, right? So with all these services, we are there from starting as a platform, a very efficient platform where you can compare almost every option that's available in the market to the detail in black and white, rather than someone saying something. It can't be, with insurance being such a highly regulated space, what we show on the website is also regulated kind of in terms of whatever is there. So it is very clear whatever our people speak is also should be there on the website, because the person is at the end of the day buying from the website. It is not that someone is filling some other offline form and then kind of giving money and so on and so forth, right? So they see everything. It's very crystal clear, available for everyone in terms of details. It's a very transparent platform. And then post sales, an end-to-end service till time of claims, whether it's a health insurance claim, whether it's a life insurance death claim, or anything. And one of the reasons why we think this is more and more, I think, improvising is that as the workforce goes mobile, right? అంతకుముందు మనం చూసినట్టయితే there's nothing wrong about what is the kind of distribution that's there. అంతకుముందు మనం చూసినట్టయితే when we have our fathers and forefathers, when they used to buy insurance, or grandfathers used to buy insurance, it is like the agent who used to sell also used to be in the same locality, and you also used to be in the same locality. You never moved. You were in the same. But today, with the workforce being so mobile kind of, everyone keeps moving between cities and locations. It need not happen that the person who's there might be there tomorrow. So just an example, for example, one of the customer whom we had about 2 years back whose father passed away during COVID. I'm just taking example once again, northeastern state. If I remember, this is Assam. Basically, he had an agent who sold him one of the plans of one of the insurance company of life insurance. And then his father also eventually bought one of the term insurance plans from our Pollicy Bazaar as well. Now, unfortunately, during COVID, even that agent also passed away. Now, and then, whatever happened post that was in such a scenario that, we reached out to the customer when we knew that there's a claim that came and the customer wanted help. So we figured out whatever has to be done in terms of documentation. We helped them with time to time what documents are required, or where can they get these documents kind of, and then ensure that the claim got passed within say the 2 months or whatever time, because in COVID there were higher amount of inspections that were happening on claims and so on and so forth from reinsurers and everyone. So within the 2 months of time we could get that claim paid. Whereas when we met that customer and when we were discussing kind of, he was still, unfortunately, he was still not able to get the claim from the other company which is bought, because he said there was something that that the agent also has to give some representation saying so on and so forth. That agent passed away. Now that person was told that you have to go to some other agent at a higher level and get it signed. There are multiple documents. So the person did not have that kind of thing. So I'm saying From a perspective of servicing, I think the workforce moving mobile and moving between different cities, and at the same time also the kind of efficient service that platform like Pollicy can provide today, I think it has surpassed what anyone else can provide. And that's the reason why we're seeing a humongous amount of growth in terms of consumers coming into our platform more and more, and the premiums growing, and obviously accordingly we being able to maintain the same levels of efficient service end to end. So very happy to kind of take any questions or understand anything that you would want to understand better across lines of product lines, any product line that is there. Very happy.